Alright guys, today I'm going to review the Producer's Pride Tractor Supply chicken coop. So I bought this in 2022 in July. So I originally used this for ducks. I had 3 ducks that I bought in the summer of 2022, and I ordered this $300 chicken coop from Tractor Supply. And I wanted to go over how I've been using it and what I think about it, honestly, after using it for about a year now. Currently, this coop is being used for 3 chickens. As you can see right here, they're about I think they're like 10 months old now, so they're getting pretty big. And this coop contains a openable indoor space with a roosting bar included. It's just a piece of wood across the side of this, the inside of this. And you can see the chickens can really easily jump up this ramp. They walk up it sometimes, but for the most part, they just jump right up. This opens from both sides, so I'm on one side, and then the other side of the coop is against my house, but you can see there's a door on that side as well. So it opens from both sides. It has protected ventilation at the top. So if you look at the pictures on the Tractor Supply website, it's a little tricky because the pictures do not show this coop with ventilation. I think in the newer model, maybe the 2020, starting 2022, they added these 2 vents here at the top, which is a much needed addition if you want to keep anything in this coop, because chickens and ducks and whatnot need ventilation. Yeah, the inside is probably not many square foot. I would guess maybe like 10 or 12 square feet inside here. And they advertise that this can hold up to 6 chickens. And I would say that's definitely not correct. The roosting bar alone could squeeze like 5 maybe, if you're lucky. But they'll be fighting for space. And when they're fully grown, they're going to be pretty... I mean, these guys aren't even fully grown. They're already taking up a lot of the space in here. I would say that Tractor Supply is being a little disingenuous by saying it can hold 6. I'd say 3, maybe 6 if you have like a small chicken breed, like a bantam or something like that. So that's kind of how I feel about the interior here on that part. So walking back out to the outside of the coop, we've got an openable section here that's latched. This is a nice latch. And this, so you can pop this open and it'll stay open. These are 3 nesting boxes, so that's pretty solid. They like to sleep in these nesting boxes. I found they also like to sleep on the bar. But I think this is pretty good. I like that there's nesting boxes built in here. The only thing that I would be very careful about is when you're opening and closing these hinges, if you stick your finger right on the hinge when you close it, it will slice deep into your finger. And that happened to me. I know it says to caution on here, but I did not take caution. It happened to me, and I cut really deep into my finger, and it did not heal for quite a while. So whenever you're touching these hinges, push them like here. Do not push them actually in the hinge part to close this, or else you will slice yourself real bad. That was really nasty cut. So that's the whole interior. Like I said, probably 10 or 12 square foot, not really sure. I think the whole rectangle here of the coop is like 20 or 21 square feet, so it gives you an idea if that interior is maybe 10 square foot, this is like 20. The whole run is 20. The run is pretty small as well. I would not suggest keeping your chickens in the run 24/7. Some people build like 100 square foot or more runs for their chickens, and then a small coop for them to go in at night. That would make more sense. I do not think it would make sense to, keep this as your like actual living space for the chickens 24/7. They need a larger run than this to live in. So I keep the food and water down here. You can see how much room there is after you add the food and water. It's still winter, so I'm using heated water right there and just a Tractor Supply stuff. But with the food and water, you lose a little bit of space in there. And then, you know, if you have the ramp, I mean, there's just not a ton of interior space. And the one thing that I have a major complaint about is it is really hard to clean the run because it's only, I don't know how tall this is, maybe a few feet, 4 feet or something like that. You cannot really get in here unless you're a child, especially down in this level is a couple feet tall. So if you have to pick anything up in there or put food or water back there, you're going to have to like crawl in on your hands and knees, and it's a huge pain. I actually really dislike that about this coop, is that you can't get in here super easily and clean the run. When I had my chickens, I put shavings down in the run as their like kind of living place, and cleaning the shavings and kind of tossing the shavings to do deep litter method was a huge pain, because I had to reach in here with a utility, with a little tool, and toss the shavings. And then picking up all the dirty shavings was also very hard, because back here, you know, you can imagine reaching back here is a huge pain. You know, it goes pretty far back there, and you'd have to crawl into this this opening here. So this is another little gate right here that opens. It's nice. It all works fine. And this is all hardware cloth, so it's completely predator proof. So it's good. Predator proof wise, I think this coop is perfect. You're not gonna have predator issues. The wood is really solid. It's not like a OSB board or anything. The connections here are all metal, nice metal. Hardware cloth on the run is good. You're not gonna have any issues with predators. Unless you have digging predators, then I would suggest, if you're keeping this run available 24/7, to bury hardware cloth around the edges. That's what I did when I kept my ducks in here. I didn't keep my ducks in the top level because they don't like climbing ramps. So I kept my ducks in the summer in the bottom level 24/7, and I had to bury hardware cloth to make sure nothing would dig in here. I didn't keep them in here 24/7, but I kept them here in this run at night. So yeah, considerations here are cleaning is very hard. It's a small space, so you wouldn't want to use this as your 24/7 living area, and it's kind of just like, feels like a dollhouse in a way compared to many coops that you'll see people build. $300. I mean, I think the price is it's a little pricey, but the actual like coop is attractive looking, and the materials are very high quality. I think the roof is nice. It's like that like kind of gravelly material. And then I've added a modification, which, you know, I mean, do this at your own risk, but I added a chicken door that automatically opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. right now. And I had to cut into the hardware cloth, and I've used I used a different size chicken door originally, so I had to add hardware cloth back right here with zip ties to make this predator proof again. So, you know, nothing's getting through here. And then here's the small chicken door. I'm using a run chicken door. It's more expensive, but it actually works better than the previous like Chinese knockoff chicken door I bought. So yeah, make modifications at your own risk. You will be, you know, cutting it open, and then you can't really undo that without it looking ugly if you want to reattach any hardware cloth in the future. But I want them to be able to get outside early in the morning without me having to help them out. Here they are sleeping in the bed, in the nesting boxes. You can also stack the straw and bedding pretty deep in here. I mean, I've got a few inches of bedding in the middle there and in the nesting boxes. That's all matted down. So you can definitely keep it nice and warm in there in the winter by just stacking straw. And they do use the roosting bar all the time. I open this up and they're just like chilling on the bar in the middle of the afternoon. So they love to roost on that thing. So it seems to, you know, do the job. I just would not suggest using it as a 24/7 living quarters. They either need to free range or maybe just extend the run by opening this up into a larger run or something like that. So maybe like putting this inside a larger run would be a good idea. That's what I would suggest, to be honest. But Overall, honest review. I don't know if I would buy it again. I bought it as like a first time, duck owner. Um, the price, $2.99. It might be $3.99. It might have gotten on sale. Is a little steep. It looks nice, but you're paying for a very small living space. For $300 or $400, you could build something larger with your own materials. So consider that. It's predator proof, so I like that. It's just a small space. It's hard to clean because you have to kneel to even, get at eye level in here. So, yeah.